who would think somebody would help in a war and go crazy, all to be acknowledged and noticed? What's up, everybody? So, Naruto 587, this chapter, was for the most part an explanation of Izanami, and at the same time a little bit of a revelation, and it ends off with, I guess, sort of a cliffhanger. Alright, so basically this chapter we get, the what Izanami was made for and whatnot. And I was a little bit intrigued on it because I know a lot of us was like, exactly what is this? Why is he in repeat and whatnot? And it was, I guess, made as a countermeasure to Izanagi because Izanagi was basically like, people trying to escape their reality. So Izanami, when they would try to escape their reality, they would get put into Izanami, and then they'd be in an endless loop until they accept their destiny. And I think that was a great countermeasure made and whatnot. I wasn't too enthusiastic about the big portion of the chapter being a big explanation of this, but I kind of thought it was crazy that Sasuke told Itachi that he was perfect. He looked at him as perfect. And because for the most part throughout the entire series up until the explanation by Toby, he always hated him and whatnot. But when he heard the revelation, just goes to show how much Sasuke was really changed by when Toby explained and he found everything out. And that's why he wanted to kill the village, and all that hatred was in him, because when he heard everything that his brother went through, he looked at his brother as perfect. And when you look at somebody as being perfect and you see them being shunned, and everything that happened to Itachi, he had to basically die fighting Sasuke so that he could try to make Sasuke into a hero and whatnot. He looked at it and it just destroyed him inside, because he said, "I think you're perfect," and even Itachi in the chapter tells him, "I'm not perfect. You got to get that out of your head." And I thought that was pretty interesting, the dynamics of them back and forth. Sasuke telling him, "Yo, I think you're perfect," and Itachi telling him, "I'm not," and explaining to him, I had a lot of stuff in my head too. I used to think that I could do everything and change everything, and obviously I couldn't. And just to hear that, the way Sasuke really felt about Itachi, his big brother and whatnot, that he just sees him as perfect. It was kind of a bit sad at the same time, because like, this is the reason why he's been angry for a long time now, why he's been killing people, why he's been like this. This is the reason, people. It wasn't just that my big brother is my perfect big brother. And I kind of found it crazy that at the end of the chapter, this character Kabuto has been around forever, is revealed to have an older brother, or a brother, period. But basically, there's some random shinobis, and I'm like, oh, are there random shinobis? I was really gonna say, what the heck is going on? Are you serious? Random shinobis in the middle of this? And this guy Urushi is saying, "Oh, I can't wait for the war to be over so I can go back home." And he's talking with some other guy saying, "Oh, my brother will hopefully, if the war is over, he'll come and help you and heal you and whatnot." And then he mentions his brother's name, Kabuto. I'm like, if you only knew what your brother is doing right now, how he waged this war, um, I wonder if they'll ever be united or anything for that matter, because I don't know. And if he finds out that his brother Kabuto is doing all this, will he be disappointed? Will he want revenge? Is this just like, I guess, somewhat of a plot point to put in there, so in case later on Kishi wants to make another villain and continue it? That'd be crazy. Somebody seeking revenge for Kabuto. I highly doubt it, because he's fighting on the side of the Shinobi Alliance, but you never know, that could be used as a stepping stone for future stuff. If regardless of what, for the fact that Kishimoto introduced this character, it leads me to believe two things: either A, we're gonna see him again, definitely. I don't think Kishi's just gonna introduce him just for the sake of anything. Urushi will definitely be seen at some given point. But here's the thing: is he gonna be a villain at some point, looking to seek revenge for his brother's death? Is he gonna be reunited with Kabuto, which would mean Kabuto is not going to be, defeated in this battle? So there's two different routes, I say, but that's crazy that it kind of leads me to believe that this isn't the end of Kabuto or this Urushi guy. Something further is going to happen down the line, and I'm looking forward to that, and I'm glad Kishi did this, because it gives me more hope that, the series might continue even longer. Who knows? And that'll be crazy, though, like some random Urushi, Kabuto's brother being the villain at some point, but you never know. It'd be freaking crazy to see. And the way the chapter ended, that Itachi says, "I'm going to stop Edo Tensei now." I want him to defeat Kabuto already, but at the same time, if he stops Edo Tensei, and Kabuto is pretty much already defeated, because he has to accept his fate of being defeated by Itachi and Sasuke. But I don't want Edo Tensei Madara to go. That's the problem, because I want, if he's defeated, I want him to be defeated either by the Kages or in a fight. I don't just want him to evaporate because Edo Tensei is gone. And at the same time, Itachi will disappear. Is Sasuke going to even allow him to do that? Because he's thinking my brother's right here. I'm sure there's something going on in his mind as well. Like, I don't want him to disappear because he's stopping some jutsu. So who knows? Maybe Sasuke might stop Itachi from using the Edo Tensei, or at the very last minute, Kabuto might break out of Izanami. I'm not really sure, but either way, it's cutting down to the wire, and I'm really excited for next week now. Is this Edo Tensei gonna be, finished off? Is Itachi gonna stop it? Is Sasuke gonna stop Itachi from using it? Oh, so many questions left, and I'm just like, I need the next chapter in order so I can feel better and understand what's going on. You know what I mean? Cool explanations. I really wish that something more would have happened in the chapter, but either way, we got, a revelation. Kabuto's brother and Edo Tensei is about to be stopped. Well, supposedly. So we'll just have to wait and see. What did you think of the chapter? Were you intrigued by the explanation of Izanami? And what do you think about Urushi, Kabuto's brother, being revealed? Do you think at some given point they will be reunited? Will Urushi be a villain at some point? And do you think Sasuke is going to stop Itachi from stopping the Edo Tensei? Let me know in the comment section below, or with a video response. Give me your thoughts on Naruto 587. That's all I have for you guys today. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Thumbs up if you think that stuff is going to get crazy next chapter, with Edo Tensei supposedly being ended on ForneverWorld. And as always, people, have an awesome day.